Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Casting Couch podcast. Today we have
My name is
a
Markiplier.
relatively not the whole squad today. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up, James. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I am your host, Sleepy, alongside with Raptor and Chorus. Say hello,
Hello.
boys.
Man,
I
hello.
detest all of you.
And today we have our returning guest. Actually, we have Cheems. Don't say anything
Hello.
questionable now.
I'm going to
Did you
put a
know that
cap
the
in your mouth.
Jews did?
Oh my
Never
God.
mind. I'm not gonna.
We're
I'm not gonna.
You are not
it's
going
been,
to finish
It's
that
been
indeed.
1 minute.
I know. That's why I didn't finish the sentence. Did you know that the Jews? Yeah, they
I
exist.
know Jews. I know Jews. I love
Yes.
Jews.
Love.
So,
I love Abigail Shapiro. Her
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I do not
Just
care
shut
for
up,
Abigail
James.
Shapiro's
Exactly.
butterface.
What
so
do you mean, Butterface? Regardless of what you think, she's kind of hot. You have to admit.
No, James.
she's.
You know what?
relatively
We're
okay.
moving on. What was
Alright.
the topic? The topic
So,
for today, yes?
So,
Fuck
how's
this.
everybody for today? For now,
I
how's everybody?
apologize for my track. I'm a bit headachy. Because I just
Oh.
got back from hanging out with a couple of IRL buds. We went around gallivanting around the neighborhood like hoodlum creatures, as you do. And now I'm back.
I am legally abstained from calling anyone within your vicinity a hoodlum, James. And I think that
hoodlum?
also
Well, you see,
applies to.
I have Mosh though, because that's where I live.
All right, dude. All right, I see.
A hoodlum. All right.
Nothing wrong with hoodlum. It's not like a slur or anything. Kind of just like it's just a funny, kooky little nickname,
I think
Cookie
it's
little nickname.
a little too Reagan-y for my taste, you know.
A little too Reagan. What is this, the fucking 80s? Jesus.
What the hell are these fucking words, bro? I don't even know.
Bro, I don't understand halfway either.
I'm like
Don't worry,
tired.
don't
now.
worry. You guys are
I
young.
woke
This is
up like 2 hours ago.
There are two types of jokes that like usually get rolled out when Chorus and I are in the call. It's either jokes that everyone can understand, like haha, pee pee poo poo funny, or it's just like some very fucking niche
Racism.
Twitter thing, or like a history thing that has to do with like American politics. It's fucking
Anyways, oh my god,
Dude, it's so oh, he left. Jesus, this
he
is
was
already a
so
bad
embarrassed because
recording. He
said the
didn't. He
bad
wasn't
word.
embarrassed. It was just probably his internet
Yeah, I
shitting
was going to
itself.
say, I think he's
Well, while he's away, anyways, boys, let's head on to our topics that we actually had written out. Chorus, you had a topic.
What was the moment you finally got bitches?
Never. I've never got any bitches. Bro.
the first time or the last time?
Oh, he's back.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
Oh, okay,
I just lost connection. I'm sorry with
good.
that.
That's all.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Fucking James. Chorus's question. Could you reinstate the question again, Chorus, for James?
Well, actually, I'll ask the actual question instead of that, like dumb fuck one I just
Okay.
asked.
Okay.
But an ego death, defined by Wikipedia as the process of a character in a story changing their worldview, and by that means
ego
An
death.
ego what?
an
Death.
ego,
An ego
death.
death.
All right.
Okay.
Described by Carl Jung, or was it Sigmund Freud? I don't care. The
Go
ego
ahead.
death is basically just
If it was Sigmund Freud, he would have like tried to describe how you like want to fuck your sister really bad or something
Okay,
stupid
buddy.
like that.
What the fuck, man?
Okay.
You know what?
No, Sigmund Freud is fucking insane. Go fucking Google him. Jesus Christ, that man is like literally unhinged.
I'm pretty much sure it's Carl Jung then, because Carl Jung did all the personality bullshit. But
In any
Yeah.
case,
they described the self as basically the embodiment of all of your thoughts, and they called it the ego. That's why
Yeah.
the word selfishness refers to someone self-absorbed or like a little greedy, because it's for them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because it's all in like the means of like self-preservation to keep you and your like ego intact,
Little ego goblin.
am I lagging?
No,
no, I don't think so.
I think it's just in your end.
Yeah. I think
Anyways,
you're.
ego death. So like,
I don't hear cheems that well.
He's not talking.
yeah, he's not
Welcome to
talking.
the technical difficulties podcast.
It's literally.
Intermission right here. Raptor put like a fucking guy holding a wrench in this part.
I'm just gonna put myself in the fucking gun.
Yeah, put yourself in the
Anyway.
top right. Yeah. Anyways.
When
Hey,
referring to
left again.
stories, it usually always needs an ego death. So basically, your character changes for the better or worse depending on your story. So everyone goes through an ego death at one point in their life. I don't think anyone is linear enough to like stay the same all their life. There must have been a point in your life where it diverges, like at least far enough from the people you know that it is like your own unique thing, right? So, what was that moment?
So basically, but there's like a quite not really similar, but somewhere along those lines. Like, what's it called again? I forgot. Like basically, it like involves with anime and shit. It literally.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a good
Okay.
start, but like let's start with
Yeah.
like what anime? Like we could say anime, but is it just the idea of anime, or
No.
like
No.
I remember back?
I mean, like if the topic basically, it reminded me like an
James is
actual.
back.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Why
no,
so
I had to
apologize?
I had to
No,
grab
I
him.
don't know what I'm titling
I'm not
this.
using
Is
fucking
he
disconnect.
cutting for you guys? He's like
Yes,
fucking
he
dying.
Yes, he
for-
is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I know what I'm titling this podcast
Okay,
already.
James, leave Discord, so maybe you get a better, connection.
Yeah, you should try like
Can
leaving
Can you
Discord
guys hear me
somehow.
now? Can you
Yes,
guys hear me
yes.
now?
Yeah,
Yep.
you're there.
I don't know if my connection is stable enough to actually do this. Jesus Christ.
Doesn't
Dude.
sound like it.
Whenever cheems lags, it just feels like that I'm like, it just reminds me of Discord and not Anchor to record. I was like, oh, cheems is lagging. Oh wait, we're recording a podcast. Fuck.
Nah, bro. For me, it just sounds like he's
Yeah.
getting dumped in some water.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyway,
ego
Kim
death.
wasn't
Huh?
here for the
But-
like,
okay,
explanation.
Wait,
of-
not to interrupt you guys again,
Again,
but
if I
if you disconnect again, I'm just gonna like head out because I cannot like sustainably do this, and I don't want to fuck
Alright,
up. So I'm sorry.
Alright,
no,
alright.
No problem.
It's fine.
So,
But
audience
I
who
do
are
really
listening,
think you should leave
Audience-
Discord.
audience who are listening, if cheems leaves, then let's just say he got. Let's just say it's
He
the
went to the
incident
back room.
of. Let's just say it's the incident of July 6th of 2022.
It's 14th, you fucking ass.
Wait, oh shit, 14th.
Bro,
July
you're
14th.
operating on like a fucking like delay, bro. Like a couple days behind, man. Jesus.
Holy
No. He's talking about like next month. No, he's seeing
Ah.
he's trying for the future. In any case, back
Yeah,
to what
it's-
we were talking about.
Anyway,
Anyways, the ego death.
James, while you were gone, I explained the idea of basically what is the point in time of your life where you basically built the fundamentals to your current self and like swerved from like any potential possibility of like being anyone else. Like, what was the
Yeah,
moment that turned you into you?
I do have a story for that actually.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
if your internet
Yeah,
was not fucky.
please tell us.
I will try, and I apologize if my internet connection goes out while
Go
telling
fast.
it though.
Until
Yes,
it
we'll
dies.
just have a part
okay.
2.
So let me get this straight. When I was a little kid, I was not very well liked by a lot of people. Mainly because, well, when you're like a high functioning autistic kid in a third world country, many people don't really treat you the same way that you'd think you'd be treated elsewhere. I was kind of ostracized, if you will, by my fellow classmates. Didn't have many like friends, etc., etc. Now I kind of thought this was normal, but then it like just occurred to me like sometime early in high school that the reason why people don't really like me is because I don't really have any boundaries. Well, and I don't really have much of a personality, and what I do have is just this annoying like urge to just annoy people. And I
What
kind of
was
Like
The
it
moment.
kind of like the moment.
Yeah, what
Yeah, the
was
moment you found
that
that out.
changed, that you've reached
I don't think it
nirvana?
was. I don't think it was one moment. It was a series of multiple events of just people getting really pissed off at me and telling me to fuck off. And it was all just like amalgamated into me realizing just how like unaware of my like actions I was. So I just like over like the course of like once like COVID hit, right? Um that was like in ninth grade roughly, like early ninth grade. I was like, huh.
Like 2
Yeah,
years
I'm
ago.
not very well liked by a lot of people. I think of myself as some form of fucking antagonist or some other gay shit. I don't know. I thought it
I'm
would be.
actually the
I
villain of
I
this
was
anime.
yeah,
Shit.
legitimately. I was just like, haha, they don't get it. I'm doing this on purpose. It's like, nah. I genuinely wasn't like in control of myself. I was just acting out of like impulse more than anything else. So I kind of like you know like when you're alone you tend to like think like about like more depressing or like pressing subject matters and
Yep,
in
Yeah,
in
yeah, very
quarantine
much.
I'm just sitting up in my room all day away from my IRL friends or what little that I did have. I was just thinking to myself, I was thinking, is nobody like trying to keep in contact? And I think to myself, well, maybe it's their fault. And then I kind of like rationalized with myself that it was not, in fact, their fault. It was mine. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but if you like annoy the shit out of people, they don't want to really be your friend anymore. And I kind of like had to like come to that conclusion myself. And it was a fucking rough transition. I kind of used chatting to people online as like a almost like practice because another thing on top of me being fucking annoying, I was god awful at interacting with people. I wasn't funny, I wasn't charming, I wasn't a nice person. It was just I was incredibly either like stuttery and just very fucking I'm trying to think of the word now. I was obsessive. That's the word. Like I got really obsessed over certain things, and I would just not want to talk about anything except that one specific thing. Nowadays, I've developed into like it needs to be like a heat of the moment thing. Like a subject can be brought up by someone else, and I can like build on that or improvise or yada yada yada. But now I don't really try and like prep for a conversation. I kind of just go in like butt naked and just try
Just
and take
go
it
and
by
flow.
the reins. Yeah, exactly.
Literally what
Now,
Moist Critical says. Toronto rubber.
but I finally I think the only instance in which people didn't hate me was when I started interacting with people online, and that's because well people didn't really know me from IRL. They didn't know like what I was doing or what I had done to piss other people off. So it's kind of like a clean slate almost. So interacting with those new people, I got to kind of develop my personality further and actually have like like some like sense of humor that wasn't just like fucking YouTube and Reddit humor because I was a big fucking
Oh, we
nobody
know,
who just
Chief.
browsed
Redneck.
Reddit because I thought no, I'm not redneck, bro.
A
Like
Reddit fucking fedora wearing incel.
well, no, I thought it was just like I was like so above people for browsing Reddit at 14. Like it was like these
No,
guys don't these guys don't get it.
At
These guys
14.
are so stupid. They're on Instagram and Twitter. Wow, that's so fucking. And look at me now. I'm on Twitter too.
And have Instagram.
You poor
All right,
fucker.
Yeah.
James, before we
Well, I
move
have
from the
Instagram. I just
topic,
don't use it.
or
Yeah.
before we even stray further into the topic, what was things that you did that like could you recall a specific event that you just pissed off somebody? Well, I want to hear it
Well,
out.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I'm reminded of from time to time whenever I lay awake at night is I have one of my best friends that I know to this day, and we talk quite frequently. Hell, we talked last week. We went out, we had some food with
Oh, that's cool.
their birthday. When
Sweet.
I initially met her in the sixth grade, she had just come over from Zimbabwe, right? So
Zimbabwe.
she's freshly immigrated into my country. I wanted to get to know her because I sat next to her in math class. So instead of approaching her like a normal person and talking to her, I just started asking her fucking questions, like stupid little kid questions, like, "Oh, what video games do you like?
What's
Oh, it's
name?
pretty cool,
He
man."
browse Reddit?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. When I was in the 6th grade, thank God I didn't browse Reddit because if
Okay,
that was the
good.
case, my entire personality would have been fucked.
My
It
friend
would have
knows
been
if
in
you
a
would
way
have had a
worse.
brain.
She vaguely mentioned like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, that stuff because I was like how because I'd recently gotten back an internet connection during the 6th grade because for a moment in time my dad decided that internet was not a necessity and we could just live off the grid, which we did for a while. Then the internet came back and all this like flood of content was now within my reach, and I
And
wanted to
that's where the
express that
downward
interest with
spiral
everyone else.
began.
Yes, and that's where the downward spiral began.
Yeah.
So I went up to this girl who I had never met previously, and I started asking her all these like very well, I'd say not that they're not impersonal, they're just like odd as like a first interaction. Generally, you want to like like say hi, ask them how they've been, like where they came from, what their interests are. No, I jumped straight to like video games and shit because I was as I said, a fucking autistic spur
You like
who
Call
didn't
of
know
Duty?
anything better. And well, no, at that time I wasn't even allowed to play like violent video games. It was like Lego
You like
games
Candy
for me and
Crush?
like yeah. No, dude, the good old PS3 and not was it the P? No, I'd recently gone on PS4, but that's like that's sidetrack.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one video game character that she really liked was Clementine from the Walking Dead Telltale series. Now, I
Oh.
really liked that shit as a kid. I really liked watching it mainly because it was like the Five Nights at Freddy's, but more narratively
God.
driven for me.
It was
You know, like,
it
that's
was
like
the Five Nights at
at least
Freddy's.
that's how I viewed it though, because you know how like all these little like Twitter blue hairs are like fucking like clinically obsessed with like Five Nights at Freddy's and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like how I was, but with like The
Okay.
Walking Dead and just apocalyptic scenarios, because I was like a little survivalist prick when I was like a kid, thinking that I could
The
like
monkey
outlive
child.
everyone in like
Yeah.
no, yeah, legitimately, people used to refer to me as the caveman because I used to like run around with like sticks and
caveman.
rocks,
So you
eating them
are
together like a
so
fucking
you
monkey.
are
Yeah.
fucking Swagger Souls.
Good
Well, Swagger Souls was liked as a kid. I fucking wasn't.
Alright, okay, anyways.
Yeah. So I like every single fucking day for probably a month. I try to talk to her about The Walking Dead. Now she was at first polite, like she kind of like put up with it. I mean, because you don't want to be like an asshole to this kid, right? Who
Yeah.
you
3 weeks
just
in,
met. You're like
shut the
new.
fuck
Yeah, but like a week later, she fucking got pissed off at me because I would not like shut up. Because this would also be in the middle of a lesson, so we'd be learning like
Okay, dude.
we'd be learning like like basic algebra, and she would be like, "Shut the fuck up!" Whenever I try to like talk to her.
You'd be
And
like, hey,
there was
hey.
there was a point in time. No, there was a point in time where she just flat me, like she kept her mouth shut, averted her eyes from me, just completely ignored me.
Oh,
And I
That
still
feels
wouldn't
fair.
take like that as like a. I didn't take that as a red
message.
flag or like a
Yeah.
message at all. I was just like, oh. I just like kept poking and prodding the bear to see if it would respond, and no. And it kind of like I kind of like came to the conclusion that I'd fucked up somewhere. But once again, I wasn't self-aware enough to realize that like how I fucked up. So I just assumed that she's being mean to me.
Bruh.
So
She's
I
being
just
little
like I left
soon.
it at that. But that was probably like the start of it. There are like a couple other like instrumental like plots with life that kind of led to me developing as a person or lack thereof development. I don't know.
So
Even
you
now I
realize
have
that
like
you're
difficulties
annoying.
interacting. Well, I used to be very fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie,
Yeah?
I have a close friend. You probably all
Yeah.
know him by now.
Mm.
No.
Ray, right?
Ray.
No, not Ray.
Exactly.
Sigma
Yeah,
Fist?
yeah. Don't call him
Yeah.
Sigma Fist for the love
Sigma
of God.
Fist.
That's like
Yeah,
the most.
okay. Hey, that okay. In my defense, that's his fucking username. I don't know him that well. I've talked to him like
Just-
once, and
I
we
told
laughed
him to
about like a
call him
Hunter
Zach.
Biden meme.
I told him to
Zach,
call
yes,
him
yes, yes.
Zach.
Oh, Zach.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. It's like a Pebbles, Zach, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway,
But continue.
he had this habit of he was just like you, or he just like ranted about shit that no one
Yeah.
cared. But he was such a like
Was
he
it
was
more
like
extreme?
psychopathically narcissistic that he just
Uh,
had enjoyment when people where people just
They
I
get
guess
mad and crash,
give
shit like
him
that.
like give him the letdown, which made him a little more popular because like he has the charisma but the autism as well.
Yeah, I
Double-edged
get
sword.
that.
It's a blessing and a
That's
curse.
another thing. That's another thing about this. I think it like some of the annoyance and like lack of self-awareness was born out of a minute form of narcissism, because
And
what would usually happen is that it was kind of like the whole idea of the world revolves around you, because you didn't really take many things into consideration as a kid, and you don't really take other people's feelings and interests into like consideration unless you're like incredibly fucking emotionally like mature or like actually caring,
not gonna
which I was
lie,
neither, may I add.
I still have the idea of the world revolves around me, and I like have to function it properly instead of like expect it. Like I don't think just the
Exactly.
idea of the world revolves around you is like a bad thing. It just needs to like push for the more self-aware thing, like where like
Yeah,
you really need like the world is vast and you need to like understand it, and the world will revolve around you because you interact with the
that's all
world.
that you know. That's all you
And
fucking know. It's
yeah,
from
and
your
it's all you
perspective
know.
alone. That's
You are the main
yeah.
protagonist of your life, and that's like what you should matter as. And I
Wow,
think
it's
it's
like one of my animes.
I'm an
shut the
anime
fuck
character.
up.
I'm an enemy.
Holy shit!
The anemone, guys.
I'll
Holy
finally meet
shit.
my favorite VTuber.
I mean, if we put like my logic into consideration, that's the type of shit that will make people like take two steps back when they're talking to you.
It's
Like,
funny, bro. It's funny to think about.
like,
Yeah, I'm an
well,
anime character.
anyway, that's actually a really good tale, Gene. I
Yeah.
commend you. I
Thank
commend you.
you.
Good job,
And
James.
Also, I also had like a reverse version of that happen, but that's a story for another
Oh,
time. It was
that is a
it
story
was
for another time. You hear that,
I could
boys
tell it.
and
I could
girls?
tell it.
Proceed.
I could tell it as well. This is kind of just me reminiscing on like how like depressing I initially thought my life was gonna turn out, because I wasn't very well liked by anyone. And I was just like, oh well, people don't want to hang out with me, and they're making plans, and they're not including me. What am I gonna fucking do? And now I kind of don't have that issue anymore, because I'm a little more confident, I guess. I've
Yeah.
just like developed a sense of not caring if people have shit going on and I'm not included. Because once
Yeah.
again, there comes the fucking like narcissism. We are like, oh, but I want to be included because the world revolves around me, and but at least I didn't fucking like approach it like that, because I had like a sense of, oh well, if they wanted me involved, they would ask, and they never did. So I kind of like put two and two together, and I left myself out of it for their sake, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I did the same. Good job.
you hear that, audience? That's going to be for the next time where
Yeah.
when Cheems is going to get back again. If
Well,
his
Yeah, like in 3
shit
fucking
don't.
years, if my internet keeps up like
Yeah.
this, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Let us
Well,
wait
don't
for
worry.
5 years.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
So-
yeah.
you
I'll rejoin soon enough, I
About
guess.
5 years, yes.
well
Anyways.
before
Yeah.
you shut up eternally, can I ask you a question, Cheems? Why
We're
Of
the gun
course,
milking
obsession?
my
Cheems
lovely big boy.
We're milking Cheems before he dies.
No, don't milk me. That's gay.
Shut up, Cheems.
Anyway,
Don't make it gay.
Don't make it
Why
gay,
the
James.
gun
Okay,
obsession?
no. No,
That's
do
like what I
ask
want
me
to
a
know.
question, dude. What do
Why
you
the
want to
gun
know?
obsession?
Why the gun obsession? I don't fucking know, actually.
There must
just
have
find
been.
it interesting.
For the listeners who aren't aware, I'm fucking like clinically like
He
obsessed with
is.
like firearms and anything
He's
to like
so
like
obsessed to the point where you just show him like one image of literally any gun and he'll be like literally with the full name and shit, bro. Like, okay, that's like
Yeah.
that gun is like a fucking
Look.
I don't know, Remington or whatever.
Dude, come on,
I
you
don't
must
know.
at least
Look,
recall.
it's I've always like had this like this idea, right? How there are like three things that a guy can get into stereotypically. One being sports, one being cars, and then the next being guns. And I guess I fell on the third option. Now the only option, the only like reasonable like way that I can probably rationalize my obsession is, I guess I just really like the concept of like military history, video games that involve like firearms and and movies and shit like that. That's just what
Concept of
interests
killing.
me.
For,
So
so
that,
for the record, you don't like genocide.
You don't like mass murder.
that's such a fucking like bold assumption. It's like, oh, you like guns, you like murder too, don't you? It's like,
So you
no, I
don't
just
like.
like guns.
I'm asking
Yeah.
you if you don't like genocide, not if you
No,
do.
no, but that's like wearing a turban and someone asking, oh, you're from ISIS, right? It's like, no, that's fucking not
I
true.
was making a funny haha joke, James.
I know,
James.
Raptor, you and your
Here's
classic funnies, yeah.
Here's a more indirect moral question. Are you a fond
Okay.
of little dark age edits?
Whoa, what? Excuse me,
Wait,
what?
back that up again. Say it without giggling. I didn't hear the full question.
Are you fond of little dark age edits? And you know which one I'm talking about. You know which type of little dark age edits we're talking about.
Little dark.
My mom's asking
Excuse
me
me.
something real quick. Give me a second. Say hi to my mom.
Hello, Jesus.
Hello, James's
Hello.
mom.
I
Hello.
apologize to the audience. Okay.
Uh,
Also, Chorus, to answer your question. Yeah. Little dog. Look. I find some of the little dog age edits cringe, but there are like a select few which I really enjoy.
Little
there's-
dark
there's-
age edits.
Yes,
Look.
the funny
Whoever
haha
makes
Nazi one.
those things are like cinematic fucking like monsters, dude. Like the one that they made for the Berserk 1995. No, listen to me. I'm serious.
Of
I'm
course.
serious, bro. The one that they made for the
We got 'em.
1997 Berserk, that was so good. I don't understand why people like make fun of me for this. I genuinely think that's cool.
no,
Okay, it
it's
is cool.
Not about the
You're a
Berserk
little-
one.
you're a
You know
little
what
dark
I'm
age.
poking the. You know what I'm poking the
Which
bear at?
one?
You know, little dark age.
Which
edits
one
that
in
involve
specific?
that involves something that rhymes with Yahtzee.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to
Okay,
say, bro, he's
nah.
talking
We're
about the
going back, we're
usual
going
ones,
back.
not the
That's-
fucking Berserk
that's
one.
enough. That's
I don't know, like I like the song Little Dark Age. I like the band. What is it, MGMNT or something?
MGMT.
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 I like the band. However, I do not associate myself with the National Socialist Party of Germany. That's not exactly my favorite political like alignment that I've made.
Not really my stance.
Top 10 though, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Calm
listen,
down.
calm down.
We're getting screwed by YouTube already.
We're gonna get so demonetized. We're gonna
We're
get
so
yeah.
dead. I'm gonna get
apologize for that.
We're gonna get a fucking.
I'm gonna get a
email about
message from
We
YouTube
we
man.
never said it directly, guys. It's
Susan
okay.
Wojcik yourself.
this. Susan Wojak, what?
Guys,
Since we mentioned Susan Wojcicki, I want to quote. I want to quote one of my fallen creators, Monkey Jones.
Okay.
You horse-faced bitch. Get back my channel.
Susan Wojcicki.
Susan Wojak, bro. Susan Wojak.
You have to draw that. You have to draw that, Sleepy.
Oh my god.
wait, so you gotta do a BoJack Horseman version of Susan Wojcicki. And then you gotta do a Wojak of her, dude. Wojak and a BoJack. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna draw this on Microsoft Paint. Fuck you guys.
Oh Jesus.
Alright.
Seriously, Chorus. You should consider rewatching some of those
Little
Dark Age
Dark
edits. I think
Age.
they're pretty good.
Alright.
No, it was just a one-off joke. You fucking extended it for like 5 minutes.
He
I know.
actually unironically loves Little Dark Age edits.
All right.
My little
Okay,
Dark
that's
Age.
enough, dude, that's enough. You've been riding the high horse for like 15 minutes now. Right? Calm down.
Yeah, I should get off the high horse and let someone else speak.
Yes, okay.
You're a simple man with simple needs. But I feel like there's some quirks about.
Shut the fuck up, James. I don't know what you said. What did you say, Chorus?
I feel like there's some certain quirks about you that seem independently developed.
So, Sleepy, how's your day been?
Raptor, you should not ask me that question at all.
Chorus, what do you mean by that exactly?
How's Dendro doing?
What?
How's that Dendro part doing?
Just say your story, Raptor. You know where I'm
just say your
getting at.
story.
I'm
Just
not
say your
talking about
fucking
it.
story.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna be a fucking lawyer for Raptor for a bit, because considering he does not want to speak, I've heard some
Listen.
stories to Raptor. Right? Some of them, some of them are quite questionable. Specifically, I'm shutting my mouth. Raptor does not want to speak.
Listen.
Yeah,
Kill
Joel,
me.
go ahead.
Personality.
Yeah, a
What
summary.
Cool. Okay, one, pretty much not remember anything that changed me into what I am now. Second, what I remember, I'm not gonna talk about it.
Just tell us, bro, and we'll fucking believe it
Okay,
in post
all right,
editing.
fine. I'll just keep it simple. Who got you into PCs? Since you're pretty big.
Oh,
Is that what you were talking about?
well, no,
No,
but
it's not just what I'm talking about, but
I'll-
that's the only thing I could like squeeze out
Yeah,
of you. So we're just
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do that.
Okay, you got me. You got my right. You got my heart rate pumping there, little chorus boy. In any case,
I'm
um,
older than you.
I know.
I can still hear him quivering. But go on, Raptor, go on.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I don't know if it really was anybody. I was like, I want to continue YouTube, and for that, I need a better PC. And I
PhD, bro.
talked with yes, and I talked with one of my pals in the time. I was like, "Yo, PC's better than me, so make me like a list, and then I can just like make my own money because I'm myself. I can just do what the fuck I want, And I was like, "Okay, cool." He just put that there, and he just put the parts there, and I was like, "Okay, so when the time comes, I'll just buy that, but I have to understand how to build PC." So for like months, I just started watching Linus tech tips for like
Excuse me,
constantly.
Excuse me.
Dude,
Linus,
I don't think you want to get. I don't think you want to get those type of tips from Linus, man. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. What
Yeah.
what fucking website were you watching at the time, bro?
Listen. I
You
was,
sure it was
it was
YouTube?
3 a.m.
X
It was 3
videos, bro.
a.m.
X videos.
X
Shut up, shut up,
hamster?
shut up.
What's this?
We're getting demonetized. Shut it.
Yeah, we're
In any
bleeping that
case.
interrupter.
We're gonna get deleted
Yeah,
after
so,
that monologue about Susan.
Probably.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in any case, like the person that I guess helped me get into PCs was Linus, because after that I was like, yes, it's actually not that hard building a PC. You just have to have some cojones, less brain than everybody else in the room, and good hands. Or
Very
working
good
at
hands.
least.
What do you mean by that?
what,
do you
do,
mean, James?
what do I not mean by
What
that?
what do you think he means by that? Of course it means not breaking $3,000 worth of equipment, you fucking idiot.
I swear to God, at this point, Cheems is actually fucking homosexual.
Bro, his trolling, his capping,
Uh, yeah. What do you think I'm doing, bro?
Do a little bit of trolling.
Yeah, we do a little bit of
Alright,
trolling. We do a little bit of
Next-
trolling.
Next
Yeah.
question, Raptor. Why are you so angry?
Why
I
is he
am
so-
not angry. I was drinking
He's
water.
not
Fuck you.
angry.
I am not angry.
He's just explosive.
Yeah,
What?
I am very
Emotionally
reactive. I'm not.
intense.
Listen, I'm very reactive. I'm not angry.
He's a weird chemical.
Just
Why were
like
you
you
so
fuckers
reactive?
told me.
Radioactive.
Well, we're getting demonetized and copyrighted.
Yeah.
No, it's
They
a,
get,
no,
like, the
let's just
whole, like, shebang,
no,
bro.
let's just say it's a cover. It's a cover.
I'm singing it
Okay.
poorly. I don't think they'd be able to recognize it.
Yeah, they got probably. Yeah, they're probably marking it as gaming because of your swagger soul space.
Let's go.
I don't. No, dude, we're gonna get fucking hit up by the Misfits Network, and they're gonna tell us to like shut the fuck up for like trying to impersonate and like the
Swagger
Misfits or some shit like that.
How are you even replicating him, bro?
no.
It's your voice.
I
Yeah,
don't
in
fucking
any
know,
case.
man. People are like, oh, it's a really shit impression. I was like, it's not an impression.
He's mad. He's genuinely. Oh, calm down.
Okay,
Calm your
alright,
tits, swagger
alright,
souls.
funny boys.
Poor
alright.
man. Poor man.
Calm your
Tries
tits,
to-
swagger souls.
Yeah,
Tries
we
to
play
play a
champion.
game.
What about
Okay,
you,
okay.
Sleepy?
What were we talking about?
What was your moment?
My moment? What moment?
You know, the
When you
moment
bust.
that made you sleepy.
Like, did
Why
you
are you
have?
always so
Yeah.
sleepy? Do you remember the first time you stayed up?
Yeah, when I was
Boy.
like 9 years old.
Alright,
Yeah, tell us about that.
yeah, just tell us why you're always just so fucking insomniac. Like, what got you into that routine?
Well, I don't really know actually. all I can say it's just been part of my childhood. It stopped like around, I guess, 3rd grade, but it just gets progressively worse and worse after like, let's say about like 8th grade.
Do you
Just,
think,
I don't
it's the
know.
internet, or do you think it's earlier than your
I
internet
don't think he
heyday?
had internet back then.
I don't think, yeah, I don't think I had internet back then. I don't know.
Internet
Is it-
just like made the decay faster.
I think it's because like sleeping is just like, it just takes up all of your time whenever. Like, I just want to
And
spend
you have
more
so
time
many
back then.
projects to do and so
No,
many places to
Raptor,
go.
I was like, yeah, I didn't have any projects when I was like 8.
Bro, come
Well,
on, we know this.
Anyways,
Do you is it perhaps related to the idea or like the fact that you sleep 4 years of your life? Like when you heard that, how did you feel?
I sleep 4 years of my life.
Yeah,
No, I didn't even know that actually.
yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, I just had the idea of like, you know what, sleeping is fucking boring,
Well-
so I'm just not.
Well,
Yeah.
I believe it would be more than 4 years. Do you mean like 4 years of your life into like so
Like
far,
the average.
or
If the average
no,
life,
dude, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like if that was the case, you would only live up to the age of 12 because like a third of your entire day is spent sleeping. Now just multiply that like throughout your lifetime, and then there's the actual like the actual amount. I don't think it's like 4 years in total.
shut the
'cause I feel like
fuck
that's a
up,
little
you
too late.
asshole. Shut up.
No,
Be-
that's a little too That's a little too little, man. Just saying. Like I may be a but even I know that's
Okay.
not the fucking correct math.
Raptor, you're,
Yeah.
you're getting extra pay.
Continue, James. Continue.
All right.
Yeah.
A fact check.
Oh,
this.
the
Apparently,
sleeping amount.
you don't. No, the 4 number didn't come from sleeping. It came from eating. You spend 4
That makes
years
more
bathing
sense.
in your entire
Yeah.
life,
Okay.
and spend 26 in your entire
Ah.
life sleeping.
Yeah, that sounds more believable.
See, that makes more sense. That makes more fucking sense, dude. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, Chiefs,
Um,
what was your point again?
Yeah,
No, but to not dox on locations,
Please.
again.
the majority of us all share like a relatively similar time zone. I
Yeah.
don't care if people know where I live. I live in the fucking bottom of Africa. Come and find me, bitch. I dare you.
You're gonna
Anyway,
meet fucking. Never mind.
yeah.
We're done with the
We're gonna
bit.
shut up. We're
But
We're done with this facts bit.
yeah, but
You they get
So,
the point.
fucking-
James, I swear.
yeah. He has a bad time zone. That's all that I'm saying. It's cringe.
I'm just gonna disclose this now. I'm Asian.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
yeah.
enough for Asian.
Well, really, it's.
Don't
I guess
Emma.
again, it is fucking COVID, and like, it's because I don't really have friends close enough in where I am, really. So I was like, you know what? I'm bored, and I'm like, considering I'm really fucking introverted. I don't talk with anyone. Don't talk to any strangers at all. Might as well try talking online. Like, see if where it goes.
And then Discord was used, and then you
And Discord
regretted
was
your
used.
fucking 3 lives of your life.
So fucking my sleep schedule is fucked, and now I'm recording a podcast. Let's go. So who's actually winning?
Hell yeah.
Sleepy,
I don't know.
have
You
been
told me,
degraded.
man. I couldn't tell you.
Shit. So it's that bad, huh? Fuck.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I don't usually eat that much anymore as well.
Brighter
Oh
than
Jesus,
light.
man. That's a little. That's
No, it's not. I mean,
It's
actually, I
yikes
should,
for
not, I
me,
should not
dog.
talk about it.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a yikes. Just saying.
Listen,
Why are you
it's not
fucking
bad.
calling it a bit of a yikes, dude? It's like, oh, I'm undereating. Yikes, man. Help us.
Let's
Ratio.
not call it under
Help
eating. Let's
us,
just
ratio plus
let's just
no
call it.
bitches.
Let's
No,
just
it's
call
fine.
it.
I don't really care about like.
Let's
your-
just call it intermittent fasting.
Listen. I don't.
Intermittent
I'm not
fasting
gonna
the
like.
entire fucking day.
I'm not gonna rag on you for like for your like personal things. Like I'm more concerned with James's reaction. Just yikes, seriously.
You could have
Okay,
called it
it
anything
was-
else.
It was partially like out of irony, but at the same time, like genuinely, is it like a problem, or is it just like
No,
you
how
just
could
don't
it
really
be
have
a
the
No,
time?
we're not
problem?
gonna
How
talk
could you
about
think it would be a
No,
problem?
I could.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
that really fucking fucked up. It's just that I
Alright.
don't know, man. Food has not been fucking
Oh.
going for me.
No, listen, I can understand
I
him.
don't
I
know.
have ate one thing this morning at 4 a.m. when I finished making that
You've
omelet. That
eaten?
was it. Yeah, bro.
I've
No, I'm
eaten.
kidding.
I eaten. Guys, I eaten.
Don't worry, I'm actually eating not that bad, alright? I'm not like fucking eating
Alright.
like one
He's
kale
not in my
every day.
basement, and I forgot to feed him for the last
Yeah,
week.
he's not
I swear.
actually in my basement, and
Raptor?
I don't actually eat dirt for like one day.
This is
That's
the
it.
first
Listen,
time
porridge,
ever
porridge is the best.
to
I love
mention
it.
this, right? But why don't you close your door?
We do not have to talk about this.
His door is really creaky.
No, he needs to.
What?
He needs to let all his gypsy friends in, dude.
You idiot!
That's too.
Especially
That's strike 5, James. Oh my God.
Wait, is
You
that
doxed.
genuinely like a slur? I keep forgetting if it is.
It's not
Doxing.
It's racist, yes.
It's both
And I don't think it's
doxing
Yeah, I
and
didn't say where he lives. Gypsies literally live everywhere.
That is
I'm
true.
cutting that part.
In any case, okay, let us chill out. James, good
Alright.
job. That was funny. In usual context on Discord,
Yeah.
this is still
This
funny,
one-
but
This one, yeah, it's kind
This
of
is
funny.
pretty bad.
However-
It's getting cut from the
However,
episode.
it's a podcast, so
Okay,
potentially, like some people may be
And I don't
listening.
I don't think people need close proximities of where Raptor live when I just like blatantly just says, "Oh, why do you keep all of your doors open at night when you're sleeping?" It's like
it's
like an
listen.
invitation for like some fucking demons to come and like probe him.
They're gonna fucking like some fucking person who listens to this podcast, which for every reason why, just see like an open door and go like, "Hi, is that Raptor?"
Wait,
You're literally
just passes by.
summoning
Just passes by. a street,
Everywhere,
sees
everywhere
open
on
doors,
Earth,
what?
wherever you. Yeah,
Shut up,
yeah, you know,
James, watch
Randy's
your
been there
word
if he's left like a
carefully.
door open.
Yeah.
You know, it's with me just saying that. You just summoned the ghost of Bill Cosby right at Raptor's front door.
What is Bill? Well, who is Bill Cosby? What?
He
Roofie
roofed
He's
man.
the date rapey guy. He's
Yeah.
the haha funny sussy roofie man. Like he has that like he has that like bubbly boobity laugh
Okay,
shit
stop, James. I'm
going
gonna stop you
on.
right there. Please stop speaking in internet
Yeah.
slang.
Nah, no, I'm not capping for real,
okay.
on God,
Cheems,
Machungus.
Cheems,
On
stop.
God.
Cheems, stop talking.
Okay.
Raptor, just Google Bill Cosby, and you'll
Okay.
understand.
I'm on so many watch lists, but at this point, Jesus, I might as well have
No,
one
you're
more.
not gonna be put on a watch list
You know,
for
his
looking up
whole
Bill
thing-
Cosby.
His whole thing is that he likes to do the no things to people while they're
Oh,
sleeping.
it's this guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's man.
Anyway, it doesn't help that you keep your doors open while you sleep. It's like
You are literally inviting Bill Cosby. You're literally inviting him into your home, bro. No cap. For real, on
For-
God.
for legal
up,
reasons. These are a joke. We are
Yeah.
joking.
I don't think Bill Cosby is gonna fucking sue up a little shit cost or whatever. That guy. Wait, is he still in prison? I can't fucking remember.
he's in
Oh, no.
Raptor's home as we speak.
It's basically-
So that's why I was hearing sleeping snoring last night.
I have to I have an IRL friend calling me right now, but I'm gonna ignore it for now. Like I'm scared that
Just message them like I'm recording a podcast. Fuck off.
Scheiße.
dude. I actually brought up the podcast today while I was out because I said that I missed the recording yesterday
I'm-
because we were
I'm pretty
initially
much
gonna plan to
sure.
do it.
I'm pretty much sure
Yeah?
you will bring up any topic that
At
like
any
coexisted within your mind, like
Yeah.
anyone and everyone.
Hey,
could
it's
be
fine.
at-
It's
at one
literally
point in
content,
time.
bro.
James, wait. James seems like
Yeah?
the kind of guy that would be at like Sleepy's funeral or his best friend's funeral, and would just randomly say, "Damn, bro, do you remember Among Us?"
Yeah, but he'd be like in my funeral and shit and go like, damn. Hey, you know that guy drew like fucking weird fucking fucked up penis once?
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus! Don't make me fucking think about that bullshit.
Okay.
Also, not to sound like I'm trying to fucking leave, which I'm really fucking not. But what is the limit to like the recording, if I may ask?
2 hours.
Don't worry.
2 hours? All right.
Yeah,
Can we wrap?
It's only
Is
30
can we
minutes.
wrap it up at like an? Can we wrap it up at an hour? Cause
Alright, so like 10 minutes from now.
Yeah, 10 minutes from
oh well, 18, but yeah.
Alright,
Alright,
18
alright.
minutes.
What?
Yeah.
You have
Oh wait, no,
less
no, no.
time.
That's how long. No, that's how long I've been on shit. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay,
boys,
So,
have anything else to talk about?
thing,
I
right?
mean, we never really did. We finish Raptor's story? I kind of like
Uh,
phased
no,
out while it was
I don't really want to talk
What
about his story.
What
Uh,
story?
I was gonna say, like mentioning Sleepy's funeral. So,
Alright,
so
my
tell
Peter.
him this now. Be like, hey guys,
Hey,
remember
hey,
those
come on.
little Dark Age edits?
Hey guys, I should definitely make a little Dark Age edit of my
Sleepy,
bed friends.
after you
No,
die,
please-
Sleepy,
please
after you
make
die,
like
my
a-
boy.
find all the pictures that I've like momentarily sent to you people of myself and just make the fucking Dark Age edit, but just really cringily and poorly made, please.
Wait.
Talk about Berserk for like 3 hours straight at Sleepy's funeral.
Oh,
and
dude,
then
no!
drop-
If I was given the
Yeah.
no,
yeah,
no,
you would do
dude,
that.
I'm gonna get up on his casket, like his open fucking casket, pull out that fucking boombox with the Guts theme and just.
Alright, you have my permission. You have my
That's funnier than what I thought of. I expected you to just drop the like 30 copies of the Berserk Volume 1 into like Sleepy's casket and he's been buried in Berserk Volume 1.
Alright, if I ever fucking die, James, you're in charge of the fucking song to play.
I can do that. Don't worry. But
Just put the
boys,
kids-
this is getting serious. My friend is trying to call me over and over again, so I'm not
Maybe
sure
it's
if like there's an
something
emergency
serious.
or
Yeah, no,
something.
fuck off.
No,
Fuck, I mean,
that's like why I'm like I'm trying to excuse myself. It was a pleasure
no,
being on
you
the
can-
podcast.
bro,
I'm sorry
if
that I
it's-
couldn't be
if
here
it's
for
like that, go
longer.
off.
It's fine, it's fine.
I also apologize for the future demonetization of this channel. It has
It's
truly
fine.
been an honor. Goodbye.
It's fine.
Susan, what?
That has been Cheems, folks. Our guest has now been, let's just say he's been he's been
Excuse
Yeah.
my language, but he has been an absolute fucking.
that raptor. I'm very sorry.
You
But
No,
yeah.
this is better. This is only 3 strikes. The first episode had like 10.
Yeah. But anyways, that
This
has
is like
been
my
our,
only one, and I really wanted to use it on Cheems.
that has been our
But I think
our
it was
returning guest. I don't. Maybe
James.
he'll come back next time
At some
and
point.
at some point in the
Time and
episodes that
space.
we're going to make. I don't even know if I'm going to be here next month.
Alright.
Why are you... Man, come on. I know you're coming after me, but like, go back.
Yeah,
We're not
I'll
gonna
try.
talk about this on the podcast, alright? Guys, let's just keep it in. Let's just keep it on topic, right?
Wait, August 7th.
Yes.
The August 7th incident.
No, we've
oh,
already mentioned it in the podcast last
We,
episode.
well,
we mentioned it
special
quite a
podcast.
while
love
ago,
it,
actually.
love it.
It was a
No, I
special
thought you were like
episode.
the personal shit on why you won't be here next
Oh,
week.
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
I don't know.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, let's
See, you're
not-
talking to Sleepy. Do you think he would?
yeah, I don't think it would. But all right, I kept like
So-
mine for like my ego death for last because
Ah, sure,
I did
sure.
go through a bit of like shift in my life because like not to say where I'm from, but I come from a very religious background and I'm not really the most religious.
Let's just say we're all religious here, and Forrest is a little bit more religious than all of us.
I haven't been in the fucking church in like 4 years,
Let's just go with that.
excluding my sister.
I do
Anyways.
recall a moment in it was 4th grade, right? Actually, no, 5th grade.
I see.
It was just late elementary school. Like, yeah, that's what I remember it exactly. We had a teacher. She was the religion teacher. She talked about the apocalypse and a lot of
Oh.
detail for like a little wee
Mm.
10-year-old.
Yeah, kids want to learn about the apocalypse.
In that moment, I
Death.
was very shook. I never considered myself as a very rebellious person. Everyone considered me just a goody two shoes. That was like my entire existence for all the way to up to like middle school.
Oh.
And
Really?
Yeah, just the goody two shoes, not
Goody
nothing
goody.
too spectacular.
Next podcast, we're getting into that with the
Yeah, sure.
the topic.
Late into I think early into my not adolescence, early into my teenage years, I basically started becoming more religious. But you know, the more religious you get, the more like hassle you have to do. And by that time, I kind of question like the
God.
idea of God. And I like, of course, like any sane person was exposed to. I don't know if there's like the computer gods out there that just want me to betray like the traditional Abrahamic God, but I basically just found my way through the atheism pipeline, and
Ah.
I did think a lot of them were extremes, but like let's just say the people that were more in my situation seemed real reasonable. But like the people like the amazing atheists, those guys just seemed up their ass. But like I was exposed to a bunch of people that were like let's just say more prosecuted for their beliefs or well lack of. At that moment, they really encouraged shit like sources and basically like what is the proof. It was like this whole fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson mentality of just being a super cynic about information and like be very like basically just demand knowledge and like that fucking influenced me greatly, and I don't think it even like wore off. So to this point onwards, it's like that like moment in my life where I was just like warned about death and apocalypse by a family and my teachers. I just decided to like basically just go against the grain. Yeah, ever since then I have just been obsessed of being against the grain as much as I can.
And now you play Shin Megami Tensei.
Hey, shut the fuck up!
I'm sorry, you got it.
You're a funny guy. I'm gonna smack your nutsack.
At least we gotta put that in the fucking end, you know? Hey,
Yeah,
for those of you
funny.
guys who know, Chorus really
I'm
loves
not-
Shin Megami Tensei.
We're not
He
gonna talk
does.
about Shin Megami Tensei, alright?
Dude, we always
good.
see you playing Shin Megami Tensei.
That is true.
What about it? Like, I can't, I'm a man of culture. Megami Tensei.
What?
The culture is Shin Megami Tensei, of course, and I am a man of it.
He
see,
loves
I
the
see.
culture in Shin Megami Tensei, bro.
No, not in Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh.
Shin Megami Tensei is culture.
Ah.
Literally feel like
Very deep, very profound.
I literally feel like I'm the fucking Monopoly man, like fancy dress. Like I know the whole meme of the Monopoly man not having a monocle, but I do have a monocle. I'm fancy. I'm playing the game anyway.
So, do you guys have anything else to talk
Okay,
about?
that came out wrong. I almost said the baddie word.
Okay.
But,
Luckily, I
stupid
stopped you there.
Stupid tangent aside, what was the person that influenced your humor?
Okay.
We're-
Okay.
Listen, buddy.
Oh, boy. Maybe a little bit tough for me.
That's gonna be something.
After you go first.
Should we leave this for the next podcast? It's already an hour.
I mean, yeah, sure. You guys want to end it off?
Yeah, we can end it off.
All right.
Thank you for listening to us talk for this long. It has been a great.
Why do you
hour
sound like a
with it.
flight attendant? Just say we're done. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
okay,
out
we're
of
done.
here.
Yeah, fucking happy.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. We're done.
All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, let me do a stretch.
Guys, let me do a stretch. Guys, I need to talk more.
Guys, stretch, guys. I'm a geriatric fuck.
Sorry, I have back problems.
Shut
All right.
the hell up, James.
All right.